end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. They begin the drive with Coleman. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Drops it off for Coleman. And down he'll go at the 25. 6 yards on the pickup, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so, and gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it, and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. Here's Ryan. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
On 2nd down, Ryan. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. Ryan. Flushed out right. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Well, we knew this guy wasn't especially fleet of foot, but he tried to conjure up some escapability, but there was no way he was getting away on that one.
And it appears they'll go for it here on 4th down. A big call on the game's opening drive.
Hey, go! 11. Get up!
They're going to try and throw. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. 27 yards, a big play there on 4th. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Well, that one was over before it could get rolling. How about the D just knifing into the backfield and shutting that one down?
Now Ryan. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, third down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
Third and long. It's Ryan. Eluding the pressure right. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at about the 32. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to. But they didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Sitting alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin as it is Cowboy football to begin quarter number 2.
Here we go. 46. Here we go, 46, 46.
Prescott looks to throw on first. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Vic Beasley in there to bring him down for a loss of 7.
26, 26.
Second down, Prescott. And this one hauled in by Tavon Austin. And he'll go down at the 28. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on third.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
So it's pretty simple, partner. You pick up a turnover, set you up in excellent field position. The last thing you want to do is go 3 and out in this spot.
Yeah, they would have had to settle for a field goal attempt, but now they keep those touchdown hopes alive. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
46, 26.
Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. Flush to his right. Wide open receiver complete. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. First target, first catch, and a first down.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
A first opportunity in the red zone for the Cowboys. They've got a 1st and goal to go at the 7. Now Elliott. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. They get it to him running left. And he will take it in for a Cowboys score. Ezekiel Elliott taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Cowboys are in for 6. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Looking to throw on second down. Ryan, he's going to rifle one, and that's caught inside the 35. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. Officially a minute 54 to go in this first half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout. Now Ryan on first down. Dancing to his left. He's going to take a shot, and this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Calvin Ridley, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Falcons are an extra point away from tying the football game. Bryant's extra point up and good, and we are tied at 7. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Well, partner, as the Cowboys come back out here, I want to ask you to assess the season. The first couple months of the year for Dallas starting to look like they'd be sitting at home in January. Then the Amari Cooper trade comes. They breeze through November unbeaten, part of a 5-game winning streak. But then a real head-scratcher, Week 15, they get shut out in Indianapolis.
You just wonder if all the wins that got them there, those 5, which were all tough, physical, hard-hitting battles, if it took a little bit out of them before they went on the road and lost Indianapolis in Week 15. But if they get to the playoffs, which it looks like they're going to, are they a threat to New Orleans? Are they a threat to Los Angeles? Are they a threat to Chicago? To me, they are only if it's a low-scoring, physical affair. That's when Dallas plays at its best. And that's what they'll have to do to reduce some of those high-flying teams like New Orleans and Los Angeles.
On the left side, Gallup's got it. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown. Now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
There we go. Hey,
On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. Forced out to his left. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
I do want to take this time to mention that the next few months, very big in the competitive Madden Championship Series. A few weeks ago, we saw Skimbo go back-to-back.
That's right, back-to-back, second straight year.
You're fired up. And then next up, the Madden Challenge, and it's a $190,000 prize pool, and the ladders to qualify for that tournament now available in MUT draft mode. Exciting things. By the way, do you have a gamer tag, Charlie?
No, I do not have a gamer tag. You must be a good player in order to earn a moniker.
The Falcons on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And they'll have the ball set up in the red zone at the 16-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
A first down carry by Elliott. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
On 2nd down, Elliott. Oh, good footwork on the spin. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. And the Falcons going to use another timeout, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. 2nd and goal from the 6 this time.
Here we go, 46. 46.
They'll try to throw now. Prescott. And this is going to be intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Intended that time for Cooper.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
Clock at 20 seconds to go in the half as they come up 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Ryan. Buying time to his left. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. Austin Hooper, the tight end, was the intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down. After the incompletion, they'll try once more from the 20-yard line on 2nd and 10.
22.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the 2nd quarter. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5.
11.
From the gun, it's Ryan. It's caught. Jones. So we've hit it. And just like that, on we head to half number 2. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Set and ready to go for the 2nd half. 1 touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Out come the Cowboys now as he'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? A first down throw for Prescott. Escaping the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant. Cooper was the intended target.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line.
22.
They'll start out on the ground with Coleman. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Right. Go. 20, 20.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Now they'll throw it with Ryan. He's going to air one out. And this is caught inside the 5. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender.
And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Tevin Coleman taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Falcons are in for 6. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Here's Bosher to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way down to the 29. A big play here for Dallas. And even 50 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Hey, let's go.
And the drive starts with a handoff to Coleman. And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
They will run again with Coleman. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the third quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
Back now in Arlington.
Let's go. 21.
On second down, here's Ryan. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. Ryan now 9 of 15 throwing the ball, 60%, and it's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
To throw on second down, Ryan. Throw right side, caught by Ridley. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down.
20.
From the shotgun, Ryan. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And the broken tackle helps lead to a first down gain. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
We got three down.
Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And they'll run it here. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. So they come up on second down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Would likely put an end to this thing. And they'll go on the ground. And past the 35, he'll be dropped.
Money bag. Money bag. Money bag. Make it like a money bag. Money bag. God, I do the Maybach on Monday, Ferrari Friday. This is sweet Saturday, that's just with plastic. I say, babe, he said it's a. Them pretty, you look like Beyonce. Looking like money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, yeah. Money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back. He can tell from the front, I got it behind me. And I park my Bentley truck on my Versace driveway. Looking like money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back. Money back, money back, money back, woo. Money back, money back, money back. With me pretty too, they look like bridesmaids. And they all gang, so don't be talking sideways. He said you look like this. He make sure he put Cardi down on his list. Now why this? And I look at my snap. I take a man and I won't give him back. I just walk into the booth and attack. I hit this guy in the roof will collapse. I've been broke my whole life. I have no clue what to do with these racks. Heavy lay, waist snatch, back, straight back. Got lips like Angelina, belly truck tangerine. Jumping on my, that's why they call it trampoline. Back on Monday, Ferrari Friday. This is sweet Saturday, that's just with plastic. I say, babe, it's a, he said it's a. Them pretty, you look like Beyonce. Looking like money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, yeah. Money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back. He can tell from the front, I got it behind me. And I park my Bentley truck on my Versace driveway. Looking like money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back. Money back, money back, money back, woo. Money back, money back, money back. With me pretty too, they look like bridesmaids. And they all gang, so don't be talking sideways. Salty, they sodium, they jelly, petroleum. Always talking in the background, don't never come to the podium. Chef Cardi B, I'm up, I see you like the again. Why you dance by 4 p.m. Baby, take it. Everything you want, I'm like a walking. I don't understand what this hate is about. How you go your man with my name in your mouth? I do the Maybach on Monday, Ferrari Friday. This is sweet Saturday, that's just with plastic. I say, babe, it's a. He said it's a. Them pretty, you look like Beyonce. Looking like money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, yeah. Money back, money back, money back, money back, money back. He can tell from the front, I got it behind me. And I park my Bentley truck on my Versace driveway. Looking like money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back. Money back, money back, money back, woo. Money back, money back, money back. With me pretty too, they look like bridesmaids. And they all gang, so don't be talking sideways. Sideways, sideways.
Hey, what's up, gang? Let me go secure for the game right quick. Hey, what's up, gang? I got it. I think it's my fault. For real. Keep the rest. Hey, I got that chicken to go. I'm gone. Broke, they think it's my fault. No car. I want that caught. I'm dripping, I'm stuck with the sauce. Good drip. Good drip. But she love you, don't cut your. Reynolds Da Vinci is white. Limited Louis, that's light. Rape in the city, that's light. LED, look at the lights. We the ones don't like. But you look too light. Why even play with your life? Bank account looking like yikes. I went from filling out kites to putting it in my block. Blue Gucci sweater is drill. Somebody give me a. These ain't like the cops. Gossiping more than a. In jail I had. I make you cut off the. Think that I made it, they can't be my friends, so they wanna be ops. If I see them hanging and I'm in that spaceship, I'm dropping the top. Act like my beat ain't no happy, but later I'm counting the guap. Who gave you the voice? Who told you your thoughts count? GPS straight to the money. I put my big homie up the big Mickey Mouse. You posted your at 12 and 8 that night, she had my mansion. Can't sit on my house. I got that check and took off. A lot of these look lost. They broke, they think it's my fault. No court. I want that court. I'm dripping, I'm stuck with the sauce. But she love you, don't cut your. Breno Javinci is white. Limited Louis, that's light. Rape in the city, that's light. LED, look at the light. We the ones don't like. But you look too light. Why even play with your life? Bank account looking like yikes. With me, boy. Your hands and your fingers. Your ears with a get back, watch you turn to a singer. Get it fighting like this Jerry Springer. All of my zip the back that like a popo. Don't do these they popo. Had a G-Wagon truck turned to Rojo. Find a cable 2 wheels and they going wild down in Soho. One was black and the other was Mexican. Had a like a polio. Younger than you with a Maybach. Younger than you with a Bentley. Finna got in the gently. Ain't being friends with these. When I was down, I so had sympathy. But that's how I go when you broke. Now I'm like mistletoe.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the architectural wonder that is the Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. We thought the old place was loud. Somehow this place got even louder a short time ago as the Falcons were introduced to this sellout crowd. We're set to go as the Falcons get ready to match up with the Chicago. Cody Parkey now ready to get this one started. And this one is underway here on EA Sports. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Get up! 22! 21! Gun! Wait! Gun!
They'll throw on first down with Ryan. Flushed out right. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
How about that, taking a deep shot on the first play of the game, obviously wanting to set a tone by pushing the ball downfield, just came up incomplete.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Get up! 12! Wait!
On first down, Ryan. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down. He was out there waving his arms saying, throw it here, dropped it, not a good look.
Well, all I can do is just look at him with contempt on that one. As a defensive back, I'm saying, not as an announcer. Just like, really?
A little bit of a diva look, isn't it?
Yeah, very much so, because I think what happens is he just had too much time to think. He's wide open now. Here comes the ball, and he doesn't concentrate and drops it.
Gun! Hey, let's go!
Second and 10 now, Ryan. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Prince Amukamara, and they will take over at the 26-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their own 26. After the interception, here's Trubisky. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Burton. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
And this is Gabriel on the catch. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Trubisky to Gabriel there for a Bears 1st down.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a 1st down with a nice throw.
And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. Play action. It's Trubisky. Eluding the pressure right. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. It's caught inside the 25. And he takes this thing way down into Atlanta territory. Trubisky hitting Robinson for a big one. 52 yards. A first trip to the red zone for the Bears. They've got it 1st and goal at the 6. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And it gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. Second and goal from inside the 5. He'll get it up the middle. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll go as a loss of 5. And that is going to set up 3rd and goal. From the shotgun is Trubisky. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. A great effort there from 8 yards out. And the Bears have taken the early lead.
I do believe we came here to see a game, didn't we? And it looks like he's running what we call routes versus air. You just go out there with your offensive unit and throw the football with no defense. He's 5 for 5 on the opening drive.
He was on his game there for drive number 1, but my only thing is now he can't go any higher than that. He was so perfect. Can he do it again later?
Yeah, all he cares about right now is making it 10 for 10, 15 for 15.
Keeping that going.
And he feels like he can get it done.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to take another shot here. So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
Let's go. 20. Hey, it's
Here's Ryan. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gordon, it's the Falcons in possession. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard.
There we go. 11. 11. 21.
They'll indeed go for it with Ryan. And it's complete. Hooper. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. Throwing now, Ryan on first down. Flush to his right, and he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
Well, some news that gave us a chuckle, and we could all use that around the holiday season. Josh Johnson, a great story. He was back home in Oakland when the Redskins called to see if he'd like to join him for the remainder of the season. So how did he get to know his new teammates? Well, what did he do? He turned to the Madden game, Charles.
Yeah, and that's how you learn who they are, right? Learn what they do, have some tendencies, get some ideas about their speed and what they do well and maybe what they don't do so well. And it really helped him acclimate and got himself a big victory in Week 15 against the Jacksonville Jaguars. How about the bloodline of Josh Johnson, though? Also related to Marshawn Lynch of the Oakland Raiders and Marcus Peters of the Los Angeles Rams.
Pretty good company.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
So when the defense complains about having to do pursuit drills in the heat of training camp, plug in this play. Excellent pursuit. Force the quarterback out of the pocket. He ends up trying to run for it. Instead, he goes out of bounds and loses yardage. That goes down as a sack for the defense.
And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. And that led to a really nice game.
And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Now Ryan, escaping the pressure right. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. Give him 30 yards there.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
2 minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. He's going to get it running right. And a good display of footwork will only get him just inside the 5 to the 4. And now the Bears going to signal for another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Get up! Hey, 12!
On 3rd down. That's Coleman. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They converted once earlier on this opening drive, but now comes a big test. 4th and goal.
Got it. Space. 20.
They'll try and throw for him with Ryan. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Danny Trevathan.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them.
They'll start things on first with Torrey Cohen. And he'll power his way up near the 25. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. Play action. Now Trubisky being chased out left. And a big loss here as he's taken down. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And instead, they want to throw it off play action. Flushed out right. And Robinson with a big catch. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
They go play action here on 1st down. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. But prior to that, he had hit his first 6 passes to start the game, so on a nice little run to begin.
It feels like this offense has carried its dress rehearsal into the game. You know, because you do practice it, you do go through it, and in this case, it is clicking exactly like they drew it up.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. They go play action. Trubisky. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. And the Falcons going to use another timeout as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Let's see what they draw up here. 3rd and long following the sack of Trubisky. Now it's Trubisky. Eluding the pressure right. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. He got 29 yards that time. On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. Caught out left side by Robinson. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. They go play action with Trubisky. Flush to his right. And Gabriel's got him. A big play there just before halftime. And even 40 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Trubisky to throw again. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. So 2 quarters. And now due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out? Well, we saw them there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
You see it? You see it? Red's up! Red's up!
Off the play fake, here's Trubisky. Throw left side complete. It's Burton. Trubisky finding the former Eagle Burton for the Chicago first.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. Now a play fake here on first down. Flushed out right. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. He got 29 yards that time.
Let's go. We're on the ball after this. Blue.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Now Trubisky to throw on second. That escapes the sack. Now he steps away. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
They certainly thought they had him surrounded and probably thought they were going to get him on the ground and get the sack, but he was able to elude that. And even though it threw it incomplete downfield, if you're a defensive back, you're loving the pressure that you're seeing from your front.
Gotta go.
On
On third down, Trubisky steps away to his left. And this is going to be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
To throw is Ryan. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
11.
On third down, Ryan. Trying to improvise. Over the middle, that's caught by Ridley. And a nice little quick spin move before he's dropped. And a pretty good gain. It'll be a gain of 8, but it also lead to a 4th down. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete.
You see it?
They run. This is Cohen. Heck of a move, but only able to work his way down near the 23. The tackle made there by Tack McKinley.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Bears football here. They also have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4.
Come on, come on.
On 2nd down, Trubisky. And did he get the feet down? No, they'll say he did not. It's incomplete.
We know all the receivers go through those tiptoe drills, right, trying to get their feet down in bounds. But a lot of the times what we don't talk about is when they're up in the air and they catch the ball. You ever notice how they're reaching back with their feet? Not just straight down, but back, because they're trying to create enough distance to make sure their feet are in bounds. They weren't able to get it done on that one, though.
Move. Lock it. 18. Hey, 18.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Trubisky. Now he's flushed out left and intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. It's Desmond Trufant. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
This is caught. It's Sanu this time for a Falcon touchdown. Mohamed Sanu, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Falcons use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
Here's Bosher to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Bears offense now heading back out onto the field. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, one-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. Because if there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
They'll start with a give to Cohen. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Hey, 18. Hey, 18.
Play action. It's Trubisky. They'll roll him out right. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Let's go.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right.
Lock in.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field, it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Fielded at the 20. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. So out come the Falcons now. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
They'll throw on 1st down with Ryan. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
21. Space. Get up.
Throwing again. Ryan. Flush to his right. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they'll get him down here at the 23. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 4th down. They'll run it now out of the gun. Shoves him away. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Hey,
back to throw. Coleman has it here right side. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. He got 29 yards that time. And two big plays, one after the other. Now all of a sudden, they're on the march.
Got to feel good about what they've just gotten done, and now feel really good about what's in front of them.
Ryan now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. And they'll go ground game here with the tailbacks. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
And he'll get them inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. At 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
They run. Devontae Freeman. Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. And now the Bears going to signal for another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. The Falcons on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. They'll look to throw. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to tie things up in the final minute. And Bryant's kick is good. And that will tie this game here in the final minute of play. So in the final minute, they turn it over to their kicker to get him back to even, and he does not disappoint.
Brandon, do you think the pressure ever gets to this guy? Because I sure don't. That was pretty smooth right there. But I tell you, he better not rest on his laurels because there's a good chance they may need him again if this game goes to overtime.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. Throwing here, Trubisky. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Vic Beasley in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Here's Trubisky. Looking deep for Gabriel. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The safety, Keanu Neal, there to knock that one free. Back-to-back big plays defensively. First the sack. Now they force the incompletion on 3rd and long. Things looking pretty good for them.
And this is where they have to be careful because they've got the momentum going their way. They will be really amped up to get to the quarterback. Look out. Draw, screen, something that can be used against them.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now they'll run it with Cohen. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. On the return, it's Tariq Cohen. Oh, look at that.
Oh, look at him turn.
And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
And it's been loud in here so far. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's going to air one out. And got his man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
Usually hitting a deep post pattern, as we just saw there for a big gainer, that's tough to do because you usually have a safety or two in the middle of the field. But if you hit enough crossers and underneath routes and curls, you start to get those guys creeping up, wanting to make plays on the football. It's the equivalent of a changeup in baseball. You show your other stuff, throw the changeup, and on that play, it worked for big yardage.
They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
We're go. You see it?
They'll run it now out of the gun. Down right around the 25. Grady Jarrett with the tackle. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settle it because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. 3rd and 8 situation. A tough spot here in overtime on the opening drive.
Lock in.
Here's Trubisky. On the left side, a catch by White. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
A short game that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time, and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming. Pick them up. And someone jumped.
So on comes the kicker, Cody Parkey, in a big spot. This to at least get them a lead here in overtime. And Parkey's kick is good. And they will take the lead at 13-10. They're able to put 3 on the board here on the opening drive of OT, and now up to their defense to try and see if they can hold this one.
I like how you framed it up because obviously this game is not over, right? They go down and kick a field goal, then we head to sudden death. But if the defense can hold, take the ball away, turn it over on downs, this game's over.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. The field goal would push it to sudden death. We just saw the field goal on the other end, but I don't think they are thinking field goal. At least not to start this drive. They're not thinking field goal.
Not at all, because your point is well taken. Yeah, kick the field goal, you push it to sudden death, but you're also kicking off and giving the other team the ball with a chance to kick a field goal and beat you. Get the touchdown, finish the game off. That has to be the mindset.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, able to avoid him. Oh, and now he bowls him over. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Now what can Ryan do here in overtime? Sanu with a grab over the middle. Ryan to Sanu, good for an Atlanta first down.
Always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
39. 20. 39. Let's go.
Back to the ground, this time with Freeman.
And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Kyle Fuller, the one to make the tackle. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down.
Get up!
Again, they'll run with Freeman. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. Clock running, and the Falcons moving with a sense of urgency. 4th down. Here's Ryan. He's got Sanu. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. That, the definition of a do-or-die play, but they keep this overtime session going with a first down. And now the Bears going to signal for another timeout. They'll be left with just one remaining here at OT. Here's Coleman. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. The former Giant, Prince Amukamara, on the stop. So a little chunk there on first as they try to chip away down 3 in overtime.
I like your description. Chip away, down 3. You don't have to get it all in one big play, although obviously that would be nice. But there's no need to have that type of risk associated with it. Run your offense, get first downs, get yourself in a position where you know you're going to at least get 3 and keep this game going. You get 6, so much the better.
A good pickup there of 20 yards. As you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say, it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
10 more there and another first down. They've had some success here in overtime on this opening drive running the football. Right back to that well.
And why not? When you have that kind of success, make them stop you. And until they do, keep going back to that well you just spoke about. I think there's more water there and available to them.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. They stopped short. Down at the 1. Had the great move, but couldn't get it all the way home. It'll be a pickup of 8 and a good first step there with 2nd and goal coming up. 2nd and goal from the 1. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters, what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game.